Hey Joshua, I put together a little video on how to put the castle together. It's pretty straightforward, but there are a couple little tricky spots, and that's why I'm creating a little video for you. This is the base laid out, and this is pretty straightforward. It's all magnetized, you get the pieces laid out, and they'll bring themselves together. You just get them close and they'll lock into place. This is how I would do it: sides, middle, front. Once you get it locked in, you'll see some gaps. Push it around a little bit. You might get a little better there. I got a little better closure there. A little better closure here. And that's it for the base. Nice and easy. Okay, so the next part I would put on would be the front. Let me find that. Now I'm going to do this from behind, and the edges of this doorway should line up with the edges of the walkway, okay? Oops, I don't want the arms on there. We'll put those on later, because it's going to come without the arms on. And again, the magnet should lock this into place. There you go. And then once I get it all into place, I'll go look in the front and make sure that doorway is lined up with the walkway, on the outer edges of the walkway. Okay, again, the magnets did all the work. Next, we're going to put on the sides. I'm going to change the camera angles that you can. This is where it gets just a little tricky. So we'll go to another shot. Okay, the trick here, I don't know if you call it a trick, but just the way to line it up properly. There's a little, this side part of the front way is cut out here at the back. So there's a little clear spot here, and that's so you can rest this side of that wall to the outer edge of the front here. All right, so they don't meet edge corner by corner, they overlap a little bit. This overlaps onto the front like that. Again, the magnet should grab it. That should lock it into place. Okay, the other side. I know the lighting's terrible because I have these huge windows over here and a lot of light comes in. Same thing over here. This part of the facade ends a little early, leaving you a shoulder for this corner of this wall to slide to overlap the front. Yeah, the magnet should lock it into place. So now you got it's flush all the way across here. This portion is flush with the wings all the way over to the other side. Okay, we're going to move on, and then, again, the magnets should lock everything in. We're going to move over to the turrets now, or the sides, or the towers. The towers, though. Again, I'm sorry how dark this is, but when we get to the other side, you'll have more light. Same situation as we had up here. This part here is cut a little short, creating a spot for this part to overlap this corner. So you want these doorways to butt up against the back part of this wall. And this part will overlap the outer edge. Like that. Now there is a magnet there, and that should grab it and help you help you get it into place. So you got an overlap here, you got an overlap there. That gets everything locked in. Okay, same thing over here. This ends a little early, leaving you a notch here for this side to fit along this side, and then the back of this side of the castle will fit on the edges of the doorway here. And the magnet over here isn't real strong, but you should feel it line up. If it doesn't work right, you won't go like, oh no, something's wrong with this thing. It should lock in. There you go, see? And that locks everything. I'm gonna start this again. Okay. All right, so now we're going to put the curved portion of this upper deck, connecting it to the tower. This is magnetized also, and this will lock everything together. There you go. We'll do the same for this side. So it's sort of satisfying when that magnet grabs and pulls it together. All right, once you do that, again, just every once in a while, just make sure everything is tight. I mean, you have room, even though they're magnets, you can just shift things around a little bit. Okay. Okay, the next part will be connecting the well. Okay, the next part of the assembly is putting the well. The well is not magnetized. You just lay it into place. You can see the circle here. You just line it up. There's a cord coming out of it. There's a little bit of a trench here. Just lay the cord in there. Now this well does come apart here. This is just little magnets here. And this part comes off too. You shouldn't have to do this, but in case it falls apart, don't be surprised. It sits down in there. That's all you do. That's in place. And now the what I like to call the divine armor altar. There's a groove cut into the bottom here, and you want that to straddle this cord, so this cord should be on edge. What I like to do is grab the cord of the altar, hold it with my thumb here, making room, and then just, there's also a hole here. There's going to be lights that are placed into the altar. Just look into the hole as you bring it down, and you can get things lined up. There you go. So it's straddling that cord. Now I know you probably can't see it because of the camera angle now, but you just push things around a little bit, get them lined up. This one is magnetized, so this will find its spot on the deck. What I did there is I pulled the cord just a little bit to bring the well closer to this, so that it butts up against the front nice and clear. Okay, the last part of the actual castle structure is the back wall. Now, I'm going to have to split this in half. So when you get it, it's going to be cut in half. It's going to have magnets, and you're going to have to put it together or lock it into place to create one giant wall. Right here, it's not cut. There's a notch cut out here, halfway in between. That's for your cords to slide through. There is 2 magnets here, magnet here and here, and here on the side to grab this wall. And there's notches right here. And that notch, you have one on both sides. Get that around here. There. That notch, you want it to fit underneath this curved portion of this upper deck, and you want to do it on both sides. So get your cords through the cut portion here. Let the magnets grab it, and there you go. You just, like I said, the notch here will fit underneath the curved portion of the upper deck. Just like that. Okay. And also, like I said, you won't get it in one complete wall here. It'll be split in half. You'll have to put it together and then do what I just did here. Okay, we're going to switch back to the front and finish some of the Okay, Joshua, the last part of the build is putting on all of the outer decor, and this is what really brings this castle to life, I believe. We'll start with the arms. They've also got magnets on them. Once you get them on, just they'll move, adjust them to where they're even space in the middle here and pretty much right across from each other here. Okay, so just play with them until they look right to you. The dragon head, but again with magnets, lock on. I would slide it on from the front and then bring it back. That way it's nice and level. If you try putting it on like this, there's an edge in the back here that might catch it, and it won't sit flat. See like it did there. Oops. So get it into place like that. On the sides, got your balconies. They'll just lock right into place. Some stonework. This is not magnetized. You just set it down in front of the tower. This one does have magnets. Lock it in. Same with the other side. Got a balcony. More stone. No magnets, just sit in front of the tower. Magnetize. Push this one down a little bit so it sits flat. And once everything's in place, just do a little adjusting. Make sure things are tight. Land up to the base, and your Dragonstone Castle is done. Just waiting for you to add the figures and the dragons. Okay, Joshua, I want to take a closer look at the divine altar with you. It's going to come with these lighted jewels. You're going to get 4 large ones and I think 4 small ones. And when you get them, they're going to come loose. Oops, there you go. See, loose, not tightened all the way down. So when you get them, just tighten them all the way down, just before the show, like that. And place them in their spots. Like I said, the big ones, I think you want to use them on the outside over here. Down here on these hoops. Now back these hoops with your hand because they're fragile. Another large one. A small one in the middle. There's a reason for that. Shove that in. And a small one for the bottom. You'll push that all the way down in. And then turn them off. Now when you go to activate them during the show, you want to reach around to the front because it's going to be sitting in the castle like this. Reach around to the front and hit on till you get them on. And then you've got all your different settings, different colors, different effects. I like to use the fade effect. Got the strobe, flash. Like I said, oh, that's a cool one. Different colors here. Okay, so anyhow, I don't know. I hope these will last you through the whole show. You might want to get some extra batteries. There are 2032s. They take 2 batteries per light. So anyhow, at the end of the show, though, when you're done with them, or if there's a break or not a lot of people around the booth, just shut them off. But at the end of the show, though, you want to take them out and you want to loosen them up. Because if you don't, the batteries will still drain even though they're off. The lights are off. So just loosen them and then, you know, save them for the next day. And then next day just tighten them up, slide them in. Like I said, large jewel, large jewel. Anyhow, the reason I like the small jewels in the middle I don't know why this one's so tight. There you go. Is so that you can put your translucent divine armor figure in front of the lights, and you can see how cool the light will shine right through it, giving you a real neat effect here. I think red tends to work the best, but let's try fade. That's sort of neat, sort of pulses. So play around with it. You know, there is no right or wrong, just do what you want with it. Now the lights behind the altar and the lights that are part of the that are in the well are powered by this battery pack. Plug that in. Plug that in. And this is the control to control those. Now, if you turn it off, here's the sensors. This one, for some reason, will start to flicker. So if you really want to power them down, I would just unplug it. Plug them back in when you're ready to use them. The fade effect is probably my favorite one here. But you've got a lot of other settings, so you know, play with them. That one is a little scary. It might give you a seizure. And I think there should be enough power in this thing to get you through the first day. Unplug it. You'll get an adapter. Take that upstairs. Plug it in. Charge it overnight. And you should be ready to go the next morning. I think that is about it. You are going to get a couple extra lights that I might. There's going to be a couple extra ones. So you've got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You got a total of 6 for the altar, and I think there's going to be 2 extra ones. I might mount them inside of the prisons here, and you can also control them, you know, by just aiming it into through the bars and turning the light on so that you'll have some light inside the prisons, right? So look for that. And again, maybe I'll use Velcro or some way to attach them to the ceiling of these prisons. The prisons do I don't know if you can see this. This might be out of the camera, but the bars do slide open and slide closed. I'll give you a bunch of little bones and skeletons if you want to toss them in there for effect, or you can even put if you have any extra figures that you don't have to have on display, you can slide them into the prisons, get them close to the windows, so when people start peeking around, they'll see them inside the prisons. So I think that's it, Joshua. So take good care of my baby. I built this. It took all summer for me to build it. I was doing it on my weekends, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it. I hope it is a real nice addition to your booth. I hope it attracts even more people to the booth, so that your sales are to really help the sales. I know you have a cool booth anyhow with really neat figures that I like. But so anyway, I just want to wish you good luck and have a lot of fun with it. All right, Joshua. Take care. Bye.